This is Lavar from Scrappy Mania, and today I want to try a technique, a letterpress technique with my fabric. So this is canvas and this is some cotton fabric that I use my Sissic dye, and this is the pocket dye, and it creates these pockets. And then I use, this is the Flower Layers 3 dye, and so you can see the flowers, and that's what I use to cut these flowers. So the fabric that I'm using is a lightweight cotton, this and also a sturdy this is canvas fabric. I got a couple of distressing inks, so I got Wild Honey, Aged Mahogany, and Tater Rose, and then I do have Faded Blue Jeans. I'm going to be using some Cuttlebug embossing folders, and I'm going to be using this, which is like a damask cutter fold, like a folder for one of my pockets. And these are the new Cuttlebug folders from Anna Griffin, and I got these sometime at QVC. So I'm going to be using these for this technique. I'm also going to be using this other folder. You can see there. And let's see if there's another one. I want to look for one. I think this would be nice for one of my blue jeans. So you're going to need your Cuttlebug. So I'm going to take this embossing folder, and I'm going to use it for one of my blue jeans. And what I'm going to do is, this is the emboss area, or the raised area, and then this is more the I don't know how you call this, but like this is the smooth area, and this is the raised area of the embossing folder. So I'm going to put ink on the smooth area. So I'm going to take some of my Faded Blue Jean. So I started out using the brayer to put ink on my embossing folder, but then I ended up using just ink pad and just rubbing it against the folder. And I'm using the smooth side. So now I'm just going to lay my pocket on the ink. And once you lay your shape on your embossing folder, you should not move it, because you'll smear the ink on your fabric. So now I'm just showing you that I do have a plate. I keep a plate that I do not use it to cut with. It always stays smooth, and that ensures that that I get a smooth cut when I'm using a die, because I won't have all those divots that you see from the cut of the die. So always keep a smooth plate and don't use it for cutting. So now I'm showing you, here's the pocket, and you can really see that beautiful embossing on the pocket. So now this time I'm in this technique, instead of putting the embossing ink on the smooth side, I'm actually putting it on the side that it's raised, on the raised side. So I'm going to lay my pocket again, and I'm going to pass it on the Cuttlebug. And this one, I really like how this one came out. It really had a good definition. The form, you can really see where the embossing is, and it really came out good. So I really like that technique. So this technique that you see there is the one putting the ink on the raised side instead of the smooth side. Now that one's the smooth side, and then the other one I put the ink on the raised side of the embossing folder. So here I'm going to also use the raised size of the embossing folder, and instead of using one color of ink, I'm going to go ahead and use two. So I'm using I'm using wild honey and also aged mahogany. So I put in the wild honey on first, and then I follow it with aged mahogany. So here I'm just placing some of my flowers down. And then I'm carefully going to close the folder without really moving the flowers, because I don't want them to smear. And then I'm going to run it through. And actually I go twice. I run it once and then I go backwards. And that really gives you a nice impression. So here you see, now I really got a nice impression with the canvas. I did get a nice one also with the regular cotton fabric, but the canvas really works better for this technique. And now I'm just using some of my homemade glimmer mist, and as you can see, really the colors get intense when you spray it with water or with any kind of wet media. This is distressing ink, so the distress ink reacts with water or anything that is wet, and that's why I really like the distressing ink to do this technique. And you can really see how the colors really intensified here on these flowers. And then just make sure you dry it thoroughly. And as you can see, there's my nice flowers. And you can always go over it again with some more ink on the edges, or you can use a sponge and go and put more ink on the edges to give it a little more definition. And I really like these flowers. That's with the canvas, and see how well that really embossed. And then this is just regular lightweight cotton. And then you can see with the darker ink, you can really, even on the lightweight cotton, you can really see the embossing. And just showing you all the flowers here. So I hope you like this technique. And the only thing you really need is embossing folders, some distressing ink, and a little bit of glimmer mist or some water, and you can easily create these shapes. So I hope you liked the tutorial, and thank you for watching. Bye now.